What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now, I covered an article, I think yesterday, talking about a report that come out, a bombshell report, by the way, that come out from the House Oversight Committee, talking about Liz Cheney may have committed, federal crimes, as a matter of fact, during her tenure as the vice chair of the Select Committee on January 6th, the January 6th Committee, right? We talked about that yesterday. Well, I came across a news article this afternoon covering that such thing, right? Check this out. This is just the most biased interpretation of that article I think I've ever come across. You might be thinking, oh, why is he covering the same article? No, it's not. I can assure you of that. Check this out, y'all. As Donald Trump fixates on the alleged laws Liz Cheney has broken, let's examine the laws he's broken. Now, remember this headline, by the way. Remember that headline as we read this thing out. This is funny. Renowned retribution seeker Donald Trump has a new target as his second term inches closer, and he's fully dedicated to taking Liz Cheney down. Yeah, he's fully dedicated to that. These people are, look, I'm just going to say it right off the top. This news article, this news website, they're deranged. I don't even know who it is. It's WGTC, which stands for something, but I'm not sure what that is. It's not a radio station or news station. It stands for something. It's an acronym for something. I just don't remember what it is. I saw it when I was reading this originally, but it is what it is. But these people are just outright deranged, needless to say. The daughter of former Vice President Dick Cheney, the 58-year-old former Congresswoman, has been a vocal opponent of Trump's from the start. This misaligned her with the hopelessly sycophantic Republican Party as a whole, and in the process made her a hero among Americans actually looking for bipartisanship in Congress. Isn't that the biased take? She definitely doesn't look like a hero among Americans. She looks like a congresswoman that lied through her freaking teeth to the American people on a constant, steady basis there. As a matter of fact, it was her place as the vice chair of the House Select Committee on the January 6th attack that really rankled Trump's supporters, along with her adamant support of the tarnished former president's second impeachment. Well, it's not necessarily her support of these things, but it was the fact that, yeah, the January 6th committee was a sham outright. They lied. They withheld evidence. Come to find out, they destroyed evidence. There was witness tampering, all kinds of stuff, right? So they're going to be investigating this. As a matter of fact, as we covered yesterday, they asked, the Oversight Committee asked for the transcribed deposition of Cassidy Hutchinson. And lo and behold, the FBI said, no, we're not going to give you that, to corroborate the fact that Cassidy Hutchinson lied under oath, right? With Republicans and Democrats nodding along to this insane, ridiculous story that nobody believes. Oh, Trump phased through Lexan in the Beast to grab the steering wheel while the driver was driving speedily away from the Capitol, because Trump wanted to go back to the Capitol. That's a lie, right? He didn't grab the wheel. There's no way he could grab the wheel anyway. That would be a stupid thing to do in the first place. But, it's not only that. It's getting rid of some of that evidence. I wonder what interest they would have in destroying evidence. Imagine that. That ultimately lost Cheney her position as chair of the House Republican Conference, but it also won her broad support from the public at large, which has been starved of actual ethical leadership for years now. And do you think Liz Cheney is the person that brings ethical leadership after learning of these crimes that she has committed, right? Oh, we're going to get to some good stuff in this thing, I can assure you of that. The years since Cheney stood up to Trump have seen her name dragged through the mud on countless occasions as the president-elect ditches decorum in favor of playground tactics. Ha ha ha. His latest move has the 78-year-old targeting Cheney over alleged lawbreaking during her time in Congress, a laughable angle of attack from a notorious convicted criminal. Ooh, he falsified a business record, which is a misdemeanor, right? Which is a state-level misdemeanor, which, in a normal instance would deserve, maybe a fine. I think the maximum is like 6 months in jail, right? And you got to be a pretty bad dude to get 6 months in jail for falsifying a business record, especially what Trump done, right? He didn't write down that this payment was to pay somebody else that paid somebody off. Ooh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, and that's the crimes, right? That's, as a matter of fact, spoiler alert, that's the only crimes that they listed. You remember the headline, right? Trump is the first ever felon to make his way into the Oval Office, and yet he's out here slinging mud while drenched in dirt from the top down. Oh, yeah? Well, what crimes, what federal crimes has he been convicted of? Huh? None. As a matter of fact, the DOJ just so happens to be dropping all those indictments outright. Oh, and why is that? Oh, corporate press, you don't have to tell the American people that they don't have to drop those charges. They are doing it because, their excuse, well, we have a long-standing practice of not going after the president. Plus, well, the Supreme Court said presidents have immunity. Yeah, they do, as a matter of fact. However, they could hold on to those and just go after him later. We all know this, right? That's a fact of life. That's something you can't get around. So why are they dropping the charges then? Do you think good old deranged Jack Smith would just say, screw it? Yeah, as a matter of fact, he did, because he knows there's nothing to these charges. They're bogus. Good luck getting a jury to convict on any of those. According to Trump on his Truth Social platform, Cheney is headed into legal trouble after evidence obtained by the subcommittee supposedly revealed that numerous federal laws were likely broken by Liz Cheney, and these violations should be investigated by the FBI. They will be investigated by the FBI, as a matter of fact, and I can almost guarantee you they are going to prosecute to the fullest extent of the law. That already sounds deeply questionable, does it? Why? Why does that sound questionable to you? Coming from the House Oversight Committee. Why would that sound questionable? See, they're saying, it's questionable coming from Trump. Sure. But that's not where the allegations come from, is it? No, the allegations are coming from the House Oversight Committee that just so happened to look into a committee from the previous Congress that was controlled by Democrats. Oh, surprise, surprise, we found some malfeasance going on here. Not to mention super vague. Let's read that again. That already sounds deeply questionable, not to mention super vague, but even if it's true, it's absurd to take legal advice from someone buried up to their bulging waist in criminal pursuits. See what I mean? They're trying to say, don't take Trump's word for it. Yeah. Don't take Trump's word for it. Take the House Oversight Committee, their word for it. Why? Because they've been investigating this for a while now. Over nearly 8 decades on this earth, Trump has engaged in more than 4,000 lawsuits, and many of them have been levied against him following wrongdoing. Oh, well, where's the criminal convictions for any of these? There is none. There's none whatsoever. We got the falsifying business records, which, by the way, in case you guys didn't know that, that just so happens to have been elevated to a felony, to 34 felony counts. But guess what, y'all? That's still in limbo, by the way. He hasn't been sentenced, so he's not convicted yet. Once again, they're lying. Yeah, Trump is not, I repeat, not a convicted felon due to that happenstance, I guess you could say. That's just how the legal system works. you're technically not convicted until you get sentenced. So there it is. And sentencing has been postponed indefinitely. Wonder why they would do that. Why would Juan Merchan, you got the conviction, you've got everything right there in the grip of your hand. He could just say, yes, sentencing, boom. He could have already sentenced Trump. I wonder why they didn't, though. Why would they just all of a sudden drop everything against Trump? Almost 100 indictments. They've got 34 criminal felonies, right? Conviction on 34 felony counts. Why would they just stop the process after getting a conviction and not go to sentencing? I wonder why this is. Right, it's not because he got voted into office. No, that's what they're saying. That's the excuse that they're coming out with, and everybody seems to be buying that. Just, oh, it's because he's the president. That has nothing to do with it, y'all. Has nothing to do with it. Right? We knew from the start all this was to tie Donald Trump's hands while he was on the campaign trail to keep him from being elected. Once he got elected, what's the point of trying to stop him from getting elected? There is no point. So they know that all of these charges, if they happen to get convictions, and the ones that have gotten convictions, they'll be overturned on appeal outright. For a fact, I will guarantee, I will make that prediction in writing on a stone tablet right now. Outright. All of these, everything, like the 34 counts, plus anything else that Trump may have been convicted for in the future, would be overturned upon appeal if he got convicted, right? The 34 counts outright, because there's several due process violations. Just that alone would get it turned over on appeal. No judge worth anything at all would uphold that conviction. Juan Merchan knows this. But these people are insane, y'all. They're trying to convince you at home that, oh, don't take Trump's word for it. Well, you think Trump did the investigation? You think he's just making this stuff up? No, he's not. But that's what they're trying to make you think. Let's keep going. I've got a little bit more to this one. If we're comparing crimes here, it's not hard to guess who's winning out. Cheney supposedly broke federal laws while investigating Trump, but Trump made law breaking his middle name long before she found her way onto that committee. Oh, Lord, where's the evidence of this, by the way? Right? They're just making a statement here. Trump made law breaking his middle name. Well, where's the convictions, by the way? I would love to see those. On top of these crimes he's been convicted of since 2016. What crimes has he been convicted of in a criminal court? Right? What? They're just making this up, which include charges for defamation. Oh my God, these people are stupid. They're just outright stupid. Sexual abuse, that's not criminal either. Right? He was found liable in a civil case. Right? Which that, if you look at the evidence, is garbage. Just outright garbage. Happened in the middle of the day, in a busy department store, in the dressing room. Right. Let's see, sexual abuse and falsifying business records. Ooh, Trump's been battling various criminal punishments for decades. Yeah, battling. You notice they put that battling. Yeah, but he's beat every single one, hasn't he? His laundry list of crimes is longer than one of his ranting 3 a.m. Truth Social posts, which is really saying something, and it seemingly gets longer with each passing day. Yet somehow Trump thinks he has the right to attack someone else over their supposedly criminal activity. Yeah, because he hasn't been convicted on any crimes yet, as a matter of fact. For one thing, he's almost certainly exaggerating, if not outright lying. You gotta love these people, right? Once again, they're trying to make you think that, oh, it's Trump saying this. Well, no, Trump isn't saying this. I said it. I read it from you guys, the corporate press. Insane, y'all. Which comes from the Oversight Committee. Trump loves to simply proclaim something as fact, ignore clear evidence of its falsity, and then attack those working to correct him. It would not be a stretch to assume he is once again doing so where Cheney is concerned. Even if he's right and Cheney really did engage in unlawful behavior, there's no way it holds a candle to his decades of illegal activity. The kettle couldn't be a darker shade of black in this instance, but the fact seems to be lost on our incoming leader. His own criminal history isn't an issue since he intends to scrub his record clean once he's back in office, but should one of his enemies slip up, you can bet he'll throw the book at him, y'all. Right? Like, you love how they say that, trying to cover their butt for later when somebody decides to fact check them and go look at Trump's criminal history. Yeah, they'll find nothing there. Nothing whatsoever. At all. But that's what they do. They sow a narrative. This one just so happens to be completely and utterly divorced from reality. But I love covering stuff like this because, the corporate press, they're supposed to be the fact bringers. They're supposed to be the truth tellers. They're supposed to give us reality, how reality looks to, how it's supposed to be. As a matter of fact. But what do? They engage in garbage. Just spewing of nonsense. That's what they are engaged in currently. Lies. Lying to everybody to, once again, portray a narrative that is false. A fake reality. Fake news, y'all. Fake news. But I think that's all I got for this one, y'all. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comment section. That is all I've got for this one. I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comment section. And I just said that for some reason twice. I'm having a bad day, y'all. Y'all take it easy and have a good one. Stay legitical. Peace. Yeah, I screwed that all up, didn't I? Whoops. Edit that out later.